Assalamualaikum students, hope you're doing really great over there. My name is Miss Mavish and today I am going to teach you present perfect tense of class 5. So let's start. Now students, we are going to discuss present perfect tense on 5 tips. The first step is identification, the second formal verb, third helping verb, fourth negative and the fifth the interrogative. You can learn tenses on only 5 fingers. The first is identification, second formal verb, third helping verb, fourth negative and the fifth one interrogative. Now let's move to the first condition, which is identification. In identification it ends with in Urdu चुका है, चुकी है, चुके हैं. मैं खाना खा चुका हूँ, वो स्कूल जा चुके हैं, हम अपना काम कर चुके हैं. These activity has recently done in our present time, so this is present perfect tense. Now let's move to the second form of verb. In present perfect tense we are using third form of verb. Keep in your mind that we are using third form of the verb in present perfect tense. Helping verb, there we are using has and have in present perfect tense. Has with he, she, it and singular, and have I, we, they, you with plural as well. In negative class we are using not after has or have. He has not eaten the food, he has not stitched the clothes, so this is all about. And interrogative, has and have come first. Has he done his work? Has he went to the house? So this is all about present perfect tense. So by following these 5 tips you can learn the present perfect tense. Now class, let's move to the formation of it. Here is the formula. Like in present perfect tense you are using subject, has or have, third form the verb and object. Now let's write it down the sentence while using this formation. Subject, you can write it any subject over here like he has. As you know that we use has with he, so I am going to write it he has. He has stitched. Stitched, like third form of the verb we have used stitch the clothes. I have written the sentence while following the formation, the formula of it. Now here is example, he has written a letter. When it comes to negative, he has not written a letter, and when it comes to interrogative, has he written the letter? So students, a present perfect tense is all about on 5 fingers like identification, helping verb, formal verb, negative and interrogative. And the major thing that you need to be learning very carefully about it, it's all about formula and the formation. Like what we use it, subject, has or have, third form of the verb and object simply. And when it comes to negative, we use not simply after has and have, and when it comes to interrogative, we use has and have come first. So this is all about present perfect tense. What you need to do is you need to learn these 5 tips carefully, and you have to make the sentences by yourself by observing surroundings of yourself. Like for example, he has done the letter, he has writing the letter, he has cooked the food. You have to write it down at least 10 sentences after observing the surrounding while following present perfect tense and these 5 tips. Class, in our previous lecture I have discussed present perfect tense and I told you the 5 tips of it. So we are going to learn our tenses on 5 tips. So let's start from the very first one. Past indefinite. Past means yesterday, the thing which has done recently in our past time. So this is past indefinite tense. So let's start from the identification of it. As I told you earlier, there is a 5 tip: identification, form of verb, helping verb, negative and interrogative. By following these 5 tips you can learn any tense easily. So let's start. Identification. In past indefinite identification, it ends with alif, choti, badi, ta, tha, ti, the and the. Like वो खाना खाता था, उसने खाना खाया. Understood? So this is all about tha, thi, the and alif, choti, badi, the first step of it. Now let's move the second one. Form of verb. We use second form of verb in past indefinite. When you will notice it, students, there is only one tense in English grammar that use second form of verb. Simple. In any sentence, in any tense, there is no a single sentence where we use second form of the verb. Only in past indefinite tense we use second form of verb. Now let's move to the third one. There is no helping verb. This is the easiest tense and there is no helping verb used in past indefinite. Simply we use second form of the verb, that's all. Now let's move to the negative one. When we are going to make negative of past indefinite, we use did not. Did itself is second form of the word, so that's why we use first form with did. Like for example, he wrote a letter. This is a simple one, we are using second form. When it comes to the negative, he did not write. Are you getting my point? Like he did not write. We use write with did because did itself is a second form of the verb. Whenever did come in a sentence, we use first form with it. Now the last one, interrogative. In interrogative, did comes first. Did he write a letter? Whenever did come, you always use first form with it. Keep in your mind because did it itself is the second form of verb. Now let's move to the formation or the formula of it. Students, we are going to use subject, second form of the verb and object simply. As I told you, is the easiest sentence. Like for example, we use subject, second form and object. Like I completed the work, simple. I completed the work. When I completed the work. Now when it comes to the negative one, I did not complete. We are not using completed because did is over here. So I did not complete the work. And when it comes to negative, did I complete the work with question mark? Don't forget to put the question mark. Here are the examples. He washed the clothes is the past indefinite simple one. He did not wash the clothes. So when it comes to interrogative, did he wash the clothes? The tense past indefinite is the easiest one. There is no helping over here. When we use did, we always use first form of the verb. Identification is alif, chotiye, badiye, ta, thi and the, and we use second form of the verb. So students, you need to learn these 5 tests very carefully and try to make your own sentences, but you can learn it, the tenses, by practice, on daily basis practice. See you in the next lecture. Allah Hafiz.